Let's cut through the noise and get real about starting a business in 2025. Right now, everyone's pushing the passive income dream. Dropshipping, print on demand, and affiliate marketing. Sure, they look sexy on social media, but here's the uncomfortable truth. These are exactly the types of businesses that crush beginners. I've seen too many aspiring entrepreneurs burn their savings and time chasing these overhyped business models. So today, I'm going to show you what actually works if you're starting from scratch. No experience needed, no massive investment required, and most importantly, no waiting years to see your first dollar. Now, I have personal experience in almost all the online business models, tested them in the real world, and filtered out all the get-rich-quick schemes. And what's left are proven business opportunities that meet three crucial criteria. They're low risk, highly scalable, and this is key, sustainable enough so that the business will last the test of time. Now here's what makes this video different. I have personally done all these business models that I'm about to talk about, so none of this is BS. I have the experience, along with extensive market research, profitability data, and real-world success that I've collated for you in this table. Now I'm not going to sugarcoat anything either. There is no such thing as easy money. But there are smart ways to start a business, and then there are ways that almost guarantee failure. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which paths to take and which to avoid. Now, the first type of business I want to address is a product-based dropshipping business. Dropshipping is a way to sell products online without having to keep any inventory in stock. Instead of buying products up front and storing them, you list the items in your store, and when someone places an order, you buy it from the supplier who ships it straight to the customer. Sounds easy, right? Well, that's why so many get-rich-quick gurus hype it up. But the reality is far less glamorous. While dropshipping is a low-cost way to start an online business, the profit margins are razor thin, competition is brutal, and you're entirely dependent on your suppliers for shipping times and product quality. If anything goes wrong, you're the one dealing with customer complaints even though you never touch the product. Now, the worst form of dropshipping by far is AliExpress dropshipping. This model involves listing products online, taking orders, and then ordering the product from AliExpress, which ships it directly from China. And here's what the gurus conveniently leave out. Quality control is non-existent, shipping can take up to 60 days, and customers often end up with cheap, disappointing products after waiting 2 months for it. And that is a recipe for disaster. Now, to be fair, not all dropshipping is bad. Some of my colleagues successfully dropship high-ticket items like refrigerators, fire pits, and appliances with decent margins. I also have students making extra cash selling print-on-demand products, but the downsides are hard to ignore. Tiny profit margins means you can't afford paid ads, and you'll have to build traffic through SEO, influencer marketing, or social media. Now, since you're selling the same product as everyone else, customers will price match, leading to a race to the bottom. Now, if you're considering dropshipping because it's cheap and easy, think of it as a stepping stone, not a long-term business model. Use it to test what sells and then transition to a branded private label version of your best-selling product to keep more of the profit. But whatever you do, never dropship from China. I put all dropshipping business models in the D tier of my spreadsheet. By the way, if you're interested in learning how to start your own profitable online store, make sure you sign up for my free 6-day e-commerce mini course below. It's 100% free, and I guarantee you'll learn a lot. The next type of business model I want to talk about is freelancing. Freelancing is when you provide a service like website design, copywriting, or graphic design for a set fee. And essentially, you are a mercenary for hire. Now, for a short time, I did freelance work on small e-commerce projects, setting up Facebook pixels, tweaking website designs, and even getting paid to critique e-commerce websites. The biggest advantage of freelancing is that people will pay for your time, and you don't need much infrastructure to get started. If you're new to an industry, freelancing can be a great way to gain experience and start making money right away. But here's the problem. You are trading time for money. And since there are only 24 hours in a day, freelancing is basically another version of a 9-to-5 job, except with a huge downside. You have to constantly hunt for new clients, there's no safety net, no insurance, no retirement plan, and the work is sporadic, especially in the beginning. Put all that together, and honestly, I'd rather have a regular job. At least with a job, you can learn from colleagues and count on a steady paycheck. Freelancing also isn't scalable. Sure, you could eventually hire employees and start your own agency, but that comes with an entirely different set of headaches. Now, as someone who was once an engineering director managing a team of people in microprocessor design, I can tell you firsthand, managing different personalities is one of the hardest jobs on the planet. I wouldn't go near starting an agency with a 50-foot pole. So when it comes to freelancing as a business model, I put it in the C tier. It's a decent way to make money short term, but in the long run, it's not the best path to financial freedom. The next business model is becoming a professional content creator. This includes anyone who makes money from their content in any form, whether it be through videos, blogs, podcasts, or social media. For example, this YouTube channel that you're watching right now generates 6 figures per year just from ads. On top of that, I occasionally do sponsored videos and dabble in affiliate marketing as well. The biggest advantage of being a content creator is that it opens the door to multiple income streams. Now, beyond ads, sponsorships, and affiliate marketing, you can launch a membership site, build a private community, or sell digital products. The possibilities are endless, and you have complete control over how you monetize. And best of all, you don't need fancy equipment. Just a smartphone is enough to start filming or writing content. But here's the catch, and this is coming from someone who has been creating content since 2009 across blogging, podcasting, and YouTube. It is extremely competitive. Almost everyone wants to be a content creator today, and influencers making millions of dollars have become a common headline, and the market is completely saturated. Now, a funny thing happened recently when I invited some friends over, and they brought their teenage kids along. And the moment they walked into my office, they flocked to my YouTube plaque, bombarding me with questions about becoming a professional YouTuber. The dream of making money online as an influencer has never been more appealing, but the reality is far tougher. According to YouTube, over 500 hours of content are uploaded every single minute. And it took me about 2 years to make my first $100,000 on YouTube. Learning how to create engaging content that resonates with an audience takes serious time and effort. But I will say this, if you're willing to stick with it for as long as it takes, you will eventually succeed. The hardest part about content creation isn't the content creation part, it's the mental aspects. Pouring your heart and soul into a video only to see 10 views can be incredibly discouraging. But if you push through the frustration, content creation is one of the most scalable business models out there, and for that reason, I give it a solid B. It's not easy, but the payoff can be huge. The next business model is the one that made me my first $1 million online, selling private label products. Private labeling is when you take an existing product, improve it, add your own branding, and then sell it as your own. Instead of creating something entirely from scratch, you work with the manufacturer to customize the functionality, packaging, and logo. And this allows you to build a unique brand without the massive upfront cost of designing and producing everything yourself. It's a popular model because it gives you far more control over pricing and branding compared to dropshipping. For example, in my store, we sell personalized mother-daughter aprons. We work with suppliers to design aprons using our own custom fabric choices. And then we embroider monograms and names on them under the Bumblebee Linens brand. Now, do I have any background in apron or apparel design? Absolutely not. Instead, I work directly with my supplier's design team to create products I know will sell. And the best part about selling private label products is that you can build a long-term, highly profitable business that scales infinitely. These aprons, for example, carry 90+% margins, and once the product is created, we can sell it forever. I've been running BumblebeeLinens.com for 18 years now, and it's a 7-figure business. Another major advantage of private label is that you can start making money right away. My store over at BumblebeeLinens.com made over $100,000 in profit in just our first year. Plus, as a private label seller, you have complete autonomy. You control your pricing, branding, and marketing, and if you use a third-party logistics provider or a 3PL, or if you sell on Amazon FBA, you don't even have to store or ship your own inventory. And most importantly, you're not trading time for money. But let's be real here. There are challenges too. Private labeling requires more upfront investment than other business models. And at a minimum, I'd say you need around $3,000 to get started. You'll also likely need to work with overseas factories, which means learning how to communicate with suppliers, negotiate terms, and manage logistics. I don't want to sugarcoat it. There is a lot to learn. But if you're looking for a sustainable and profitable business model that can make you money within your first year, private labeling is one of the best options out there. And for that reason, I put it in my A tier. And finally, we've reached the S tier. My favorite way to make money today is selling digital products. This business model has all the benefits of selling a private label product without the headaches of managing inventory. And when I say digital products, I'm talking about templates, software tools, courses, workshops, memberships, basically anything that isn't tangible. Most digital products are knowledge-based and delivered online, making them one of the most scalable business models out there. Take mywifequitherjob.com for example. It is a 7-figure business that sells courses and memberships. And since I don't have to ship anything physical, my margins are over 90%. Everything I sell is created from my knowledge and experience, which means that there are no production costs beyond my time. For example, filming a video lesson or creating a PDF costs me nothing compared to sourcing an apron from China. And because digital products are virtually free to produce, the monetary risk is incredibly low. If a product flops, no big deal. But here's the downside. Because digital products are so easy and cheap to create, the market is extremely saturated. To sell a digital product effectively, you can't just throw up a product and expect it to sell like you can with a personalized apron. You have to build an audience and a reputation first. For example, my Create a Profitable Online Store course has around 6,000 students, and the reason people sign up is because I've spent years establishing myself as an e-commerce expert. If you don't have an audience, you'll need to spend a lot of money on ads, sales funnels, and lead magnets to gain trust and convince people to buy. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This business model takes serious effort to get right. And this is coming from someone who has made over $10 million selling courses. But if you can figure it out, digital products generate money with the least hassle and the highest profit margins possible. Plus, this business model is infinitely scalable. And for all these reasons, selling digital products is an easy S-tier business model. So those are my rankings, and here's my overall philosophy. If a business is cheap and easy to start, it's going to be crowded with competition. The lower the barrier to entry, the harder it is to stand out and make real money. So if you're going to invest your time into building a business, focus on one with higher barriers to entry, strong profit potential, and infinite scalability. And in most cases, that means creating a product once and selling it over and over and over again. Hundreds, thousands, or even millions of times. That is how you build long-term wealth instead of just making quick cash. Now that you know the best and worst business models to start, check out this video here on how to get started with private label e-commerce.